Merry Podmas, everyone. This is your boy at Wembembo on everything, aka Skinny Penis. It's your boy Tim at Wembembo on everything for Podmas Room 101. I'm joined by Joey and Slade. How are we doing, gang?
AKA the Chode Brothers.
Slade, where are you in the Chode Brothers? Are you left Chode or right Chode?
Neither. I'm in Hooded Warrior Gang.
Okay.
Slade and I are currently riding the Honey Roast Ham Wank Express.
Choo choo.
All the way to Chode Town.
It's Wednesday.
Oh,
My
shit,
dudes.
Tim,
It's
you're going to
Wednesday.
have to edit that one. I meant to press this instead.
Tickets, please.
Well, that's the Honey Roast Ham Wank Express leaving the station.
Slade, can I ask? We've never actually asked. How do you feel about the Honey Roast Ham Wank Express?
I don't think about it because you do have your own name for your own thing in a show that
No,
I'm
it's all Game Club Pod.
Every podcast we're associated with.
Have y'all explained what that was about?
Yes.
Yes.
For Decaying with the Boys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, the episode's not out yet, but it will be soon. I did a Between Two Pods with Decaying with the Boys, and I found out that they call their OnlyFans the docking station. And I just rolled with it instead, and I think that's really, really funny.
So, what we're doing here is Room 101. For those who are not familiar with the concept, Slade and Joey are both going to pitch me things that they want to put in Room 101, effectively removing it from the game industry forever. They're going to get 5 minutes of uninterrupted airtime to rant a bit about it as much as they want, and at the end, I'm going to pick my favourite to go into the room.
5 minutes uninterrupted. Slade
That's a long
is a
time.
very scary concept.
All right, I'm going to go to... Well, who wants to go first? Any volunteers?
I'll
I'm
go
ready.
first.
I have so much stuff to get rid of.
Okay, I'm going to go to Joey first.
Are we doing a couple of rounds of this, or is it just one thing?
We can do a couple of rounds. Let's
Okay.
do 2 rounds.
I would like to put EA Sports in in Room 101, and specifically the sports wing. I have no problem with games like Dead Space, even Anthem. I know it was terrible on launch, but I played it well after and it was fun. EA Sports are the kings of churning out shit after shit after shit and making people like me think that they are buying a new product. I don't need a new version of a game that comes out every single year only to find out that it's good on launch, but then they patch it so that everyone realizes they can just play the year before. I also don't need those games to be full of microtransactions and to the level where EA Sports are investigated by the Gambling Commission in the UK and having banned those microtransactions in Netherlands and Belgium. They are a shitty company with shitty morals who put out games quantity over quality. I don't need my full 5 minutes, Tim. I would really, really like to see Slade come up with something worse in the games industry than EA Sports, the number one voted worst company to work for in the world.
That was a solid minute.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Slade, you've got 5 minutes starting from now.
First of all, let's talk about controllers. I'm tired of stupid shit on controllers. PlayStation.
Well, what's going in?
Ready? Sony itself in their controller development division. The touchpad is stupid. The gyroscope is dumb as fuck. Nobody wants a share button. Nobody gives a shit about your stupid fucking screenshot that I've seen 20 of them back to back on Twitter or in Discord. All right. I hate you. You're also going in Room 101. EA, you're going in there as well. I'm with Joey on this, but I would send all of EA, just the upper management note, not the actual developers or programmers, just the upper management pushing microtransactions and the same shitty copy and paste of like the same thing over and over again. I'd also, whoever the brain dead person is who decided that multiplayer only games are like the big thing. Oh, it's only one thing?
It's one thing. So what are we going with?
EA. I'm going with Joey. I thought I just had time to ramble about everything I hated in games.
Fuck the 5 minutes. We came to a consensus between us in 2.
Well, okay, let's call that a quick demo round because
No, I'm not demoing EA going
No,
in. I want
fuck
them
you,
in
EA.
room
no, when
101.
they're going in, but now we understand what the concept is.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, one topic. Do you want me to bring the timer down to say 3 minutes?
I think
I'd say
2.
I think 2 is good.
2 minutes. All right. So EA going in because you both agreed on that. Let's go to Slade first. You've got 2 minutes to rant about one topic. Ready?
Okay.
What's going in, and then I'll start the timer.
Go ahead. We're going back to the controller rant. The whole people designing controllers to be more than not a fucking controller. The touchscreen is shit. The share button shit. The LED on this is shit. All of it's shit. All a controller needs to do, 2 joysticks, 2 pads on both sides, a couple of triggers for my fingers, and a great battery life. And Sony just can't seem to wrap their stupid fucking head around it, and it drives me nuts. Have I told you how much I hate the PlayStation 5? Because it's a piece of shit console and you shouldn't buy one. But the controller is extra shit. The battery may last 3 hours in it, and that's just not acceptable nowadays. You could rip this fucking touchpad out, put a AA battery in there. You got more battery life. Take the fucking LEDs out, more batteries. That's all I want. And I don't want the share button. I don't want to look at your fucking screenshots of the games either. I don't want to watch your video clip of you doing nothing on Twitter or Discord either. You're a boring individual if you think this is interesting, or you have no life. That's all I need.
That was 1 minute. So you're putting PlayStation controllers specifically in, or
Yeah.
okay?
Slade wants to replace PlayStation controllers with batteries, it seems.
Yeah. By the way, I get way more than 3 hours out of my PS5 controller.
I get about 3 hours, and then I got to plug it in.
I get maybe like 16 to 18 hours.
Nope. On a PS5 controller?
Yeah, connected
Alright.
from my Steam Deck.
Don't know how you're doing it, but it's a piece of shit controller, and I fucking hate it.
All right, Joey, topic, and then I'll start the timer.
Well, start the timer.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Picture the scene. You're a game developer. You've spent years and years and years in a genre that is widely praised for being innovative, for being challenging, for being artistically brilliant. You are a developer for one of the most incredible companies in the world, From Software. You've just put out Bloodborne 2, Dark Souls 4, one of these games. The release date comes around. You see loads of praise. You see people really enjoying your game and think, I've done really well here. And as you scroll down, you see the words, why isn't there an easy mode? For people to play Soulsborne games and expect them not to be difficult and expect you not to learn the nuances and the mechanics of the game and then go, I don't have an easy mode, this game is impossible, I would like to throw them in the bin. Those people who complain about difficulty modes in games that are designed around mechanics that mean difficulty modes would make the whole thing redundant, you are pandering to people who don't want to play games properly. So, Tim, my next nomination is to put the people that moan that Soulsborne games are too hard, not only in Room 101, but in the bin.
Okay.
Sorry, Slade.
I'm going to have to get in the bin.
I know you said this.
I mean, Slade, I've got to go with Joey for a start.
I already knew.
Not only do I
the
agree,
Souls bias. I already knew.
No, it's not even Souls bias. I just don't agree with your PS5 controller argument. I think the PS5 controller is great.
Can I also say what I would throw in on the flip side of mine, but can't be included because it needs to be specific, is the opposite side of that, who people struggle with Soulsborne games and they ask for advice in a genuine forum and then get the response, get good.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You did that to me.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I have the chat records of all three of us being two of us being incredibly supportive and trying to help you adapt your game rather than going in the same way every single time.
It wasn't the same, I promise.
Okay. So I'm going with people who whinge about difficulty.
No, it's got to be specific to Soulsborne.
In Soulsborne's games. They're going in room 101. Should we do another round?
Yeah, I've got time for one more.
Yeah,
one more round. Okay. We did Slade first last time. We're going to go to Joey. Are we ready?
All right.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Picture the scene. You work all day drilling holes in the ground, enjoying your life as a geotechnical engineer. You come home to your house in Alabama and you get ready to enjoy a game for a podcast that was lovingly gifted to you by another one of the hosts. You boot up the game and you see Ubisoft as the developer. You hear Arabian music playing in the background, and you realize what you're doing is playing the port of The Sands of Time, Prince of Persia. You can't get past any of the levels, and you call your host for help. They realize, whilst you could adapt your style slightly, you are absolutely justified in that being the worst port of a game I've ever seen in my life, and I had to mod it for hours to even make it remotely playable. I wouldn't ask you to do either of that. We got ready to record a whole episode of Prince of Persia Sands of Time, but the port was so dreadful that we very quickly switched it to a game that was very short. My other vote and final vote for Room 101 is the modern PC port of Prince of Persia Sands of Time, because not only did you make a game unplayable for the lovely and ever abused Slade, you've ruined a game that I consider to be one of the best of my childhood. The original PS2 version of that game is incredible. Ubisoft jumped on a cash grab, and it means that the PC version is unplayable, therefore making it unsuitable for modern audiences. 10 seconds to go. Room 101 done.
10 seconds to go. So we did plan on playing Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. I actually finished it.
Yeah, we did. I finished it as well, and it was horrible.
It was not a good port.
I didn't get through the first boss fight because the game would either crash or bug on me.
Yeah. All right, Slade, Room 101. Do you want the timer and do you want the topic and then the timer, or do you want it all in one?
All in one.
All in one. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Imagine if
Picture
you will.
the scene.
Picture the scene. You get home for the day. You've worked a long time. Let's say a nice 8-10 hour day, like a proper person. You go, you sit down to play your favorite online game. Now, because you're an adult, you work a job, you go to play a competitive online game, you get screamed at by some 10-year-old kid who has nothing else to do and has a D in all of his classes, but that's barely passing. And that kid also has parents who make him plenty of pizza rolls and fills him up with Mountain Dew all the time because the game keeps him quiet. But it doesn't, because this kid screams in your ear that you are not playing in the most optimal way. What I have described here is the beginning of a sweaty. And the sweaty they will evolve as they get older. Their hygiene will become worse and worse. They won't bathe. They won't put on deodorant. Their hair will get long and greasy and oily, and their face will be full of zits and acne. These people ruin the gaming community and why it's had such a bad rep for so many years. They don't know how to have fun. They only care about winning, and that's it. They will not help people learn how to play the game. They will not help somebody like me who comes home for a long day. I just want to unwind. I just want to go to a place and shoot the lads in Rainbow Six, but instead I'm getting yelled at. And then that's what ruins your gaming community, and you wonder why there's nobody in the lobbies to play your game with. This is why.
Okay, so we've got the PC port of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, and people who sweat the games.
Yes.
It would have been better off if their mom swallowed them instead of, taking it in.
I'm happy to be honest, mine is so specific. I'm happy to concede. However,
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sweats have got it. So, the people who, what do you call them? Sweaties?
Sweaties.
Sweaties going in Room 101 along with people who whinge about difficulty in Soulsborne games.
And EA Sports.
All right, well, that's been Room 101 this year. If anyone in the audience wants to participate and convince us of things that should be in Room 101, put it in the Discord. Put it on Twitter.
Do it. Oh, we're coming up to the station. Honey Roast Ham Wank Express is about to depart.
Slade, have you got your ticket ready?
The jingle
I can
board
see
can
the
also
conductor.
go. The jingle
Tickets,
board can also
please.
I'm so glad that putrid jingle has made its way to mainline Podmas. Anything else, Tim, before I play Podmas jingle out?
No, send it out.
All right, see you later, guys. Merry
Bye,
Podmas.
gang.
See you in a few days. Hit the dabs.